fire that burned down properties at St. Francis Bay in the Eastern Cape remains a mystery. However, there is speculation that a group of people smoking in the bush could have caused the fire. For more on this, we cross to our reporter Lerato Thipa, who is in St. Francis Bay. Lerato, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. The questions will be, posed then if this is the case, if it is indeed that there have a few people in the bush who may have indeed started these fires. Do they know who it is and at what time exactly they started this?
Arabile, just a few minutes ago we spoke to the mayor of the Giyani municipality, Mr. Horatio Hendricks, and he said that it is believed that there were men that were burning copper steels in the bush, that were not necessarily smoking but burning copper steels in the bush, and it is said that perhaps they're the ones that started the fire. He also just said that there is currently a forensic investigation taking place to try and pinpoint exactly what the cause of the fire is. So at this stage it's just all speculation, but he says that from what he's heard and what the research they've done is that there were men close by to these homes that were burning copper wires, and perhaps that's what sparked the fires, but still speculation for now, and a forensic investigation currently underway.
So I suppose the number with regards to the exact number of houses that have been burned down, the number of people affected, perhaps even the costing, is that a possible figure that we could attain at this point yet?
The mayor just said to us that up to date there are about 11 homes that have been totally destroyed. One of the homes, actually the house that you see behind me, if you can actually see, my cameraman Giyani is actually just showing you how bad the house was damaged. The car is still in the garage, and the car as well was also destroyed. This property owner, when we got here, he didn't want to speak to us, obviously still very much emotional. But Arabile, to date, 11 houses destroyed, 3 also a bit damaged. But in terms of costing, the mayor did say just an estimate about 30 to 50 million that has been obviously the cost of the damage that has been happening here in St. Francis Bay. So those are the costs we have at the moment.
Have you been able to speak to, I know you said that the owner of that house perhaps did not want to speak relating to an emotional scene, of course, for themselves, but have you been able to speak to perhaps some other owners who may have said that they're fearful of what exactly the situation is like in that area? Because this isn't the first time. Around 6 years ago, of course, we heard that 89 houses were burned down because of a similar issue. So is this something that we should be fearful of in the area?
Yes, earlier on we spoke to a resident not too far from where we were standing, and his name is Malcolm White, and he was an owner. He told us a story of how he literally was going to Spa, and 10 minutes after leaving his house, his wife called and said, quickly come back, there's smoke at the back of the house. Within 10 minutes the house was in total flames, and the fire brigade did come and other fire personnel came to assist him, but in no time the house was really gutted in fire, and all that remains of him are the clothes he has. And when we got there, they were literally just picking up the pieces, trying to find old rings, keys, necklaces. And even when I was interviewing earlier on in Morning Live, he actually broke down, saying that, these fires, when they happen, nothing prepares you for it. He even said that he has lived there for the past 10 years and he had everything in check. He had the right water systems, the electricity was right, he had the right fire extinguishers in his house, but still when a fire like this happens, nothing prepares you for it. He also did say that he doesn't believe that this fire occurred naturally. He said that the way in which the fire spread and how patches of fire sparks were seen around his home just indicates to him that perhaps this fire was done deliberately, not wanting to divulge much, but saying that he doesn't believe that this was an accident, that perhaps someone was just trying to start the fire, but the reasons for that not clear as yet. So a lot of sadness, devastation, really not knowing where to from here, but most people going back to their homes and just trying to pick up what they find. But the mayor did say that he is asking people not to go back to their homes because the homes are still caving in and people could find themselves in harm's way. But residents saying that they want to go back, they want to find the missing pieces, they want to pick up the books, they want to pick up the pictures, they want to pick up the paintings that mean so much to them. So a lot of sadness, people walking around really saying that they don't know what they're going to do from now on, but doing what they can to just try to pick up what's left of their homes.
Lerato, just a very final question. Has a case of, or rather an investigation of at least this arson attempt that we feel may indeed be the case, has that been at least opened at the police station?
Yeah, the mayor did say that a forensic investigation is currently underway. He also does believe that it wasn't an accident, it wasn't a natural fire, but not wanting to divulge much because, like I said, a forensic investigation is underway, but saying that they're going to make sure that they try pinpoint exactly what caused the fire. Like you said earlier on, Arabile, it's not the first time this area has had such fires. In 2012, we had over 76 homes destroyed, so it seems to be a prevalent issue here in St. Francis Bay, and people really saying that the municipality must do something more. They must investigate more. They must probe more to try to find out exactly what is causing these fires, because years after we're finding ourselves in the second most biggest fire in St. Francis Bay, and more homes damaged and more lives damaged by these fires.
Lerato Thipa, thank you so much for your time. Do keep safe out there as well, and hopefully there's no more smoke inhalation or buildings that may indeed be wary of collapse. Appreciate your reporting out there in St. Francis Bay. Of course, we'll continue to unpack that story as it continues to develop and get word from the mayor as to how things are faring.